One of the things that I have noticed over the years is that sometimes there are folks that would like to run for a local office, but the person that currently holds that seat has held that seat for many years. I was one of those in the early 80s, and I did have a constituent come to me in the 80s and say, you know, if you ever don't want to run, I think about running. I said, why don't you run? I won't, and I'll support you. And I did, and they did. And I believe that this body, the local body, the city councils, the towns, the villages, those representative, I think we do the best job versus state versus fed in trying to provide open door, open air, sunshine rules and regulations. And there are many good people that have spent many years at a federal, state, and local level that served with pride and have done a very good job. And unfortunately, there's also been some that haven't. And I've noticed that more, not here, but south here and east of here. And it got me thinking that we've all talked about, should there be term limits for elected representatives? And what I've heard across the board is, oh yeah, I want that, I want that. You can talk to anybody you want. Maybe some of you have had that thought. But then the NAMBY factor comes in down in my backyard. I've had that conversation with some of our elected representatives from Washington and from Madison, and they think it's a good idea, but they won't move that needle forward. And so I was kind of hoping that they might be able to send to us a message from up, down, look at what we're doing, you may want to look at this too. And so, considering the fact that nobody wanted to take up the gauntlet, I thought nuts to that. I'm going to share a concept with our group. Tonight, I'm not asking that we do term limits for elected representatives, the mayor and the city council. What I'm asking the council to do, and I will put this in the form of a motion, again, that we take 2 weeks and come back at our next meeting, and between now and then, we think about, should we explore what if, not do it, but what if? It's going to give us time to hear from some of our constituents. It's going to give us time to think about that. And then we would come back in a couple of weeks and say, you know what? It is worth exploring. There are a lot of questions if we take that path. And I understand that. How would it work? I mean, the layers to the onion run deep, all right? And it's always going to have some pain someplace. But in my opinion, I go back to the words that Bobby Kennedy spoke many years ago when he recited from a philosopher, if not now, when? And if not me, who? I believe that this body should take a look at that conversation and have the what if and come back and have a heartfelt conversation. In my opinion, it would be a disservice if we didn't have the conversation. And if at the end of 2 weeks, we come back and we say, no, we think we got it right. Fine, great. But we did something that we haven't seen anybody else do around here. We had the conversation, we had the what if. And I think that we do owe it to our constituents, and I've had conversations with some of you on this, where we've agreed that some folks are afraid to come to City Hall. They're afraid to contact the mayor, their council member, their department head. For whatever reason, they're afraid of what they don't know. I think that we're very accommodating as a group, and I think that our door is open. But I think this is a way that we can say to our constituents, we want to continue to show you that this door is open. We want to hear your input. And if there were a form of term limits, there's a lot of different ways that could play out, but it may be an invitation to invite more folks to come in to this process.